Oh, hi. I'm a smart investor. I dare say that because I understand the cryptocurrency markets and I am up to date on every new development, fintech and blockchain ecosystem. All because I watch the Inside Blockchain show on Crypto TV Plus. Every Monday morning, Crypto TV Plus brings you news headlines of top stories, interview with an expert, and give you detailed market analysis to enable you make the right business moves. Now you too can become a smart investor if you don't miss it. The Inside Blockchain Show, only on Crypto TV Plus.
Are you there? It's your boy. No, sorry, it's your daddy, Mr. Macaroni. Keep watching Crypto TV Plus if you want to be doing well, especially. You get me now? Alright, you're doing well.
Hello and welcome to the program. This is Inside Blockchain Live on Crypto TV Plus. My name is Faith Ekwari. It's another Monday morning. The Ethereum merge went down as one of the biggest events in blockchain history some days ago, with a massive number of content creators, industry project builders, and developers joining several watch parties across YouTube, Twitter to experience a complete transition from the Ethereum proof of work to the proof of stake consensus. Now, we could clearly see the excitement and anticipation in the air. Questions were hanging as to if, the merge will be successful. What if it's not? All that was laid to rest when Vitalik Buterin, the founder of Ethereum blockchain, went on his Twitter to ascertain the successful completion of the long-awaited merge. He says, "And we finalized. Happy merge all. This is a big moment for the Ethereum ecosystem. Everyone who helped make the merge happen should feel very proud today." Now, all through the process of the pre-merge to the merge taking place, there are misconceptions about what it has to offer, especially when it concerns reduction of gas fees, and scalability issues. And I remember having the Ethereum merge conversation we had on one of the episodes on Inside Blockchain with Lucky Wakwe, the co-founder of Sabi Groups, where he debunked those misconceptions and said that the merge was clearly about energy reduction. Other criticisms arose to the possibility of the Ethereum merge being centralized and exposed to security risk. Now, despite all of this, the success of the Ethereum merge is now in our grasp. But the question remains, what next? What happens to the blockchain ecosystem post-merge? How does the Ethereum merge affect the pricing power of Bitcoin, altcoins, stablecoins, and let's say the general health state of the crypto market at large? All this and more we'll be discussing right after the break. If you're just joining us for the first time, do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Crypto TV Plus and click on the notification bell to be notified whenever we release a new video. Now let's go on this short break. When we come back, I'll be introducing my guest who will be joining me in discussing what comes next after the Ethereum merge and other events that concerns the blockchain ecosystem. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back.
It's that time of the week. Welcome to the weekly news recap here on Crypto TV Plus. If you missed out on the latest news this week, here are the highlights. France and Nigeria's central bank joined the blockchain. Samsung Goldex announced that it will actively promote the establishment of gold and crypto asset bank. The financial regulator of Abu Dhabi published its guiding principles on its approach to digital assets regulation and supervision. A South Korean court has issued an arrest warrant against Do Kwon, the co-founder of the now-defunct stablecoin issuer Terraform Labs. Power DeFi acquires Nigerian blockchain startup Niger Crypto. BitPapa enters the Kenyan crypto market. Basan signs memorandum of understanding with Huobi. The long-awaited Ethereum merge is finally complete.
Welcome back, everyone tuning in from around the world. My name is Faith Ekwari. This is Inside Blockchain. As I earlier mentioned, today we'll be discussing one of the biggest events that happened in blockchain history, the Ethereum merge, and what to expect following the success of the proof of work to the proof of stake consensus. Joining us virtually is a well-known crypto enthusiast who is the founder of Blockchain Nigeria User Group. He has made tremendous impact when it concerns blockchain technology in Nigeria and the world. He is Chuta Chimeze. We also have a blockchain and cryptocurrency advocate who has done extremely well for himself and the crypto community at large, Chiagoze Iwu, who is the head of blockchain and financial engineering at Power DFI. It feels amazing to have you here.
Thank you, my dear.
Nice to be here.
Okay, so before we talk about, the entire, acquisition and also the possible events, the possible blockchain events that's going to be happening very soon, let's start off with the Ethereum merge, what it's all about. Now, what is the Ethereum merge all about, and what are your opinions about, the proof of work to proof of stake consensus?
Yeah, so basically, right, the Ethereum merge, it's an event we've been waiting for a while, right? I think it's the initial scheduling should have done a year back, but if you see how smooth the merge went, you would understand why there were delays. There were a lot of things that needed to be done. So sometime back in 2020, right, a protocol was launched, which is the beacon chain by the Ethereum network, right? And it was supposed to be like the pilot phase, but as of then it has not been merged with the Ethereum Mainnet, but it was just the pilot phase to see how a proof of stake consensus mechanism would be like you were correcting in misconceptions, right? Is more of a consensus change. It has nothing to do with network capacity or whatever, right? Although it leads into that. So basically, what the Ethereum merge was just switching from proof of work, proof of stake, which is just putting the Ethereum mainnet and merging it with the beacon chain, which has been in existence since 2020, by the way, and making now there are no two different protocols. What you now have is one Ethereum mainnet, which is now completely proof of stake, reducing the energy consumption to close to zero. Yeah.
In one of the interviews I had, I talked about it when I was talking about, the intro to, today's episode. The guest we had that time talked about there's a possibility that there might be the proof of work users and proof of stake users. How is that possible?
Oh, that's interesting because something is actually happening right now as I speak to you, right? This is a very fast moving space, right? So of course, as you're switching from proof of work to proof of stake, right, you're changing the validation mechanism. The validators are no longer miners that own those large GPUs, right? Is now stakeholders, people that own about, I think the threshold is 32 ETH and above, and they're staked in the pool. So the miners, not to lose out, right? They are like, oh my God, you guys are putting us out of a job, right? And Ethereum is like one of the most popular mined proof of work coins these days. In fact, to be sincere, it's the most profitable proof of work mined coin, right? But if you include the risk premium in your calculation. So you have a situation whereby the miners, we can't lose out completely, right? We have all these machines. What are we going to do? Are we going to be mining some absurd coin? You understand? We're going to be mining Ethereum Classic, which some of them are doing, by the way. They decided that we need to have like a fork of the Ethereum blockchain, right? And have our own, which they call ETHPOW, ETH proof of work. I think the coin name is shortened to ETHW, right? So we need to have ours, and this is going to be the native token for what we're doing, and we're going to continue mining. But it has been fraught with problems. Hopefully, the problems might get solved. But as now I'm speaking, right? They had an issue whereby they used the same chain ID with the Bitcoin Cash testnet, right? And I think 10,001. So it's one of the testnets for Bitcoin Cash. And so it's causing a problem because you're entering like, oh, this is the wrong chain ID. There's a chain ID conflict. So there are too many bugs, which of course I wanted to change the chain ID in the first place so that you wouldn't have like a duplicate attack. People duplicating transactions on the ETHPOW network with the Ethereum network, and it could lead to scams and things like that, right? But it shows that the developers and all those were not so ready, right? Which is understandable because the decision came hurriedly. It's more of a panic by the miners. But hopefully we might see some stability. But sincerely, the aim of this migration, consensus migration in the first place was energy reduction, sincerely, right? So I think the miners are not gonna get the best of this deal.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Mr. Chuta, some of the criticisms that arose when before the merge took place was there's a possibility that, it might pose some security risk, and, there's the idea that there might be a certain level of centralization that might arise. Now, what is your opinion about, those concerns, and what exactly is your opinion about the Ethereum merge?
Okay, so thank you again for the opportunity to talk about this very important event in the history of blockchain technology. You know that most of the advancements and the innovations that we have today in the industry is being spearheaded by the Ethereum community. And when you talk about improving everything that Satoshi did, or every idea that Satoshi imagined and building upon it, you talk about Ethereum. And it has been the groundbreaking environment for a lot of innovations. When you talk about DeFi, you talk about EFT, you talk about smart contracts, that's Ethereum for you. And over the years, there has been this global concern about energy consumption. And it's a major challenge, and it gives a technology a bad name. So the success of the migration of Ethereum from proof of work to proof of stake is a huge opportunity for the industry to even grow much more than it was actually doing before. Because right now, it's easy for anyone to participate in validating Ethereum network. Yes, there are a whole lot of people who have this opinion that because it's proof of stake, there are institutions that will have control, and because they have larger bags, there are a lot of people who feel that very few people actually have a say in that validation. But you have to understand that there is a difference between node operation and transaction validation. Anybody can run node. It doesn't have to be something that money bags control. You can run a node. Okay, so running as a node as a validator requires you to have Ethereum, some level of Ethereum to improve your chances of confirming transactions. But if you are not interested in that money-making type of support, you can run a node, and that wouldn't cost you anything. And it's actually that node distribution that makes the network really secure and evenly distributed. It's not the few people who have the big bags that run the confirmatory node, the transaction confirmation nodes. Okay, so for me, I think is a big thing. And going forward, Vitalik has already mentioned that there will be further upgrades that will be coming from time to time. Of course, that's consistent with the mode of development in software industry. So there will be updates, there will be new improvements, protocols that will be proposed and implemented on top of that. But by and large, I think this is a huge win for the blockchain tech industry. Thank you.
Amazing. So we can also wait for the upgrade and stability that that arises once this entire event settles down. Now, speculations have been raging about how Ethereum will become deflationary. That means that the supply of the coins will decrease over time and the value will rise if the demand remains consistent. Now, how true is this? Looking at how the pricing power of Ethereum, Bitcoin, and other coins have not changed since the completion of the proof of work to proof of stake consensus. So what is your take on it, and what do you foresee happening in the crypto trading market post-merge?
Okay, so there are, I can break this down into two parts, right? So you have the situation saying that Ethereum will be deflationary. Well, that's not 100%. That's not 100% accurate. So, like what was said, right? So a lot of the fundamentals are not changing. A lot of things within this is just a consensus. Yeah, of course, the upgrade, the initial plans behind the upgrade was there was supposed to be a network upgrade. There was supposed to be what did they even call that? Sharding. There was supposed to be the sharding process to take place, right? And all that. But it seemed that this was the way to go first before you now lead to the other parts, right? So a lot is not changing. The same. There was just, I think, a 3-second difference, right? Between 3-second difference between how often you see a new block between the proof of work and the proof of stake consensus, right? So in terms of the price of Ethereum going forward, sincerely, Ethereum cannot achieve its actual price, at least within the next 2 years, right? Because this is just one upgrade out of many. right? I think we've got the Shanghai upgrade scheduled for. I say it should happen next year, but of course, you know how these things go, right? And there is a school of thought, right, that because with the Shanghai upgrade, one of the main key processes is that staked Ethereum would be unlocked. There's people that have staked Ethereum for years. People that have staked Ethereum for 5-7 years, like way long, right? So people that have staked Ethereum can now unlock their staked Ethereum, right? And when they unlock that staked Ethereum, they might want to flood the markets, right? Now, people that propose this theory believe that a lot of people within a lot of the stakeholders, a lot of people that have staked actually staked at a time when Ethereum was like $100, but the data actually shows that only about 18% are net positive in terms of the value of their holdings in the pool, right? And you have a situation whereby the Ethereum Foundation also to make sure this does not happen, right? You're not going to have a situation where everyone can just pull out their ETH out of the pool. It's going to be a gradual process, right? So they've put in rate limiting functions on it, and it's going to like sort of like schedule how people can take out Ethereum from the pool, right? So it's not just going to be a one-time thing. In fact, it might take 300 days. Let's assume everybody wants to take out, right? So technically, if that should reduce the price of Ethereum, because the supply of Ethereum in the market, not in locked pools, would increase. But the way it has been scheduled, the way things have happened, you really cannot predict, right? And like I said, a lot is still going to happen, right? So in terms of price stability for Ethereum, I think it still has 2 to 3 years. There is no data showing deflationary, right? There is no data showing inflationary. There is no, a lot of the things that should achieve that, that should give us that have not yet happened, right? Okay. And I think for now, I think only the layer 2s are doing the scalability processes that would make Ethereum more stable. But for now, the Ethereum mainnet itself is as it is, just the consensus changed.
Amazing. Yeah. Mr. Chuta, do you have any contrary opinion to what Mr. Chiagozie just said?
So I was trying to say that fundamentally, this fork doesn't really have anything to do in terms of affecting the price action. That's something that the market determines. Right now, everybody knows that we're in a bear market, a very clear bear market, and we don't expect the scenario to change. Global economy is in a very big mess at the moment. So the market will react at its appropriate time. But again, you have to understand that Ethereum being the backbone of the innovation of blockchain technology is going to also attract a whole lot of projects and teams that will still be attracted back to Ethereum, because a couple of weeks, months, years ago, everybody was worried about the future of Ethereum, gas fees, congestion of the network, and all those things. But of course, right now that we know that the merge has occurred, even if the gas fees have not reduced to near zero, everybody knows that gas fees on the Ethereum network has significantly reduced compared to what it used to be like 2-3 years ago. Everybody used to shout about maybe wanting to send $50 and be made to pay $200 transaction fee. But right now, you can actually do your transaction with just a few dollars. Okay, so for me, it's progressive for the industry, and I look forward to seeing what more that the Ethereum community will bring out on the table. Thank you.
Let's go on a quick short break. When we come back, we'll be talking about Blockchain Future Tech Conference and Exhibition. Don't go anywhere, stay with us.
Watch this magic, guys. Abracadabra. Oof. This is the ABC NFT. Let's check it out. The ABC NFT project is the type that is not trying so hard but is still getting attention. They have no Discord, no Launchpad, no minting. All was reviewed and listed on Magic Eden. The 10,000 immutable ABC NFTs have 0% royalties and are made to remind you of how fun things were when we were kids. That's before growing up.
Don't get stuck in the past. Get all the latest news and happenings on blockchain and cryptocurrency only on Crypto TV Plus.
Hello, my name is Chiki and I'm the Bull of the Bullet.
Keep watching Crypto TV Plus.
Don't touch that dial. Peace.
Welcome back. This is Inside Blockchain Live on Crypto TV Plus. If you're just joining us for the first time, do well to follow us on all our social media platforms and subscribe to our YouTube channel, our Crypto TV Plus. So let's talk about the Blockchain Future Tech conference and exhibition happening on the 29th to the 30th of September. Mr. Chuta, tell us a little bit about it.
All right, I'm super excited about this innovative conference of value and innovation that's coming up on the 29th and 30th of September. That's in about 2 weeks from now. So this is actually the 13th edition of our series of conferences since 2017. And what we do is use these conferences to draw the attention of the community and the general public to the trending innovations of the day. So today, everybody talks about the metaverse, everybody talks about the virtual reality world, everybody talks about artificial intelligence and all that. So this technology has come to stay, and everywhere you go, there's this intersection of blockchain technology to virtual reality, blockchain technology to metaverse, to 3D worlds and all that. So this technology is all about the innovation. So we're having a lot of industry professionals, top leaders from all walks of life coming to this conference to talk about, these topical issues. And because the conference is a tech conference, we're going to have exhibitions of tech products and tech startups that are building innovative tech products in the ecosystem. This year's conference will primarily be chaired by Mr. Stanley Jacob. Mr. Stanley Jacob is the Vice President of FinTech Association of Nigeria and currently an Executive Director at one of the leading banks that is known for innovation, out there. And that's Stanbic IDBTC. So we also have the Honorable Director General of National Agency for Technology Development, NIDA, Mr. Abdullahi Inua. He is also going to be there. Of course, we have the founder and CEO of Center for Values and Leadership, that's Professor Pat Otomi, as our lead keynote addressee for the conference. Generally, we'll be expecting a large turnout of tech enthusiasts, blockchain enthusiasts, developers, and traders, or whatnot. And remember, it's going to be a 2-day event. And within that 2 days, we'll cover all the topics and take questions in terms of panel sessions that people will be able to ask some questions, and we'll have the panelists answer them and a whole lot. So I personally am looking forward to it because it's going to be an exciting 2 days power-packed event for everyone.
Amazing. We're super excited too. Now, the PR announcing the event mentioned the minting of NFT Event Passes, product launches, and as well as a platform to support preferred presidential candidates for the 2023 elections. Explore these with us. Tell us about them.
All right. So we at Blockchain Nigeria we don't just talk about the technology and hype it, but we are usually in the forefront of encouraging people to use it. And that's why in this year's conference, we have decided that we're going to be using NFTs as ticket for the event. And we have created some very unique kinds of NFTs that people can mint and automatically gain access to special parts of that conference. For instance, we have the Metaverse Room NFT. Now, a lot of people hear about Metaverse and Metaverse here and there, and they just chase the tokens, but they have never experienced the Metaverse. Have you been to Central Land? Have you been in any Metaverse environment in a VR? Yeah, VR headsets are really expensive. I mean, they go from $400, and then if you have to buy $400, you pay for the shipment. So before it gets here, you will spend probably $500 to $600 for one unit of the Oculus Quest VR set. But in this conference, we're going to make Oculus Quest headsets available, a lot of them available in the environment. So access to the Metaverse Room is basically going to be governed by you being able to show your NFT that you minted. And this paltry sum of $10, you just do it. And you are able to have access to the NFT room, to the metaverse room, and there you can, if you want to play games, you play games. You want to attend events, you can attend events. You want to engage with other kinds of activities, like maybe do some type of a virtual painting or sculpture something in the virtual world. You can do that. It makes you to like bring the concept of the metaverse into the real world, and you are part of that experience. So we all have other NFTs that we've also planned out that people should be able to mint to get access to some other goodies. We have the goodie bag NFTs, where you mint an NFT and you have access to a box full of goodies that we have put together for you. Even that box is really, really, you mint it for free. But we just want people to try to use this tech for what it's meant for. Then, as regards the presidential election support platform, yes, again, we want to show the power of blockchain technology again in our daily lives. Election is coming in the next 6 months or thereabout. Now, candidates need to campaign and raise funds, and there also has to be some kind of transparency. So the election support platform does two things. One, give everybody opportunity to support his own candidate, his own presidential candidate in the 2023 presidential election. So all you need to do is to send any available amount of money. That I think we made it a maximum of $10 that you can contribute to your preferred candidate. And the moment you send that amount to that candidate's wallet address, the NFT is minted for you on that wallet address, and you can see. And we maintain a count of number of people who have done that. So it becomes possible to achieve the second thing, which is which candidate is actually getting more support. You can all see all those things there. And of course, blockchain technology makes it possible for you to take a candidate's wallet address and scan all the transactions that are there. So you see all the monies that are raised by that particular candidate. Of course, they are for the individual candidates. It's not necessarily about raising money, but it's about using technology to show the power of innovation in our present world today.
So this blockchain future tech event, we're super excited about it. It doesn't sound like the regular blockchain events we see, starting from the event not only being a conference, but also an exhibition center. What are some other exciting things that we should look forward to? You've talked about the NFTs, being used as the event pass, and the metaverse and GameFi, and also entertainment. What should we expect? If there's anything you want to add up to the blockchain future tech event.
Yeah, on the entertainment side, we also are helping to project a young musical group called Escort, and they'll be launching their NFT drop. That is an album that will be strictly on the blockchain. It's a first for them, and of course, you know that NFTs are the natural environment for creative people. And if you are involved in anything that has to do with the arts, creativity, that anything that requires you to have more control about your productivity, then NFT is the best place to go. And sometimes you talk about them, and a lot of people don't know how they can do it. So we're using this Escort team as a model to show that, look, these guys can do it. We're helping them to make it possible. They may not, they don't understand the technology, and they don't need to. All they need to do is to find a technology innovation team that they can work with to help them leverage what they have been doing. They've been in the music industry for more than 10 years, and probably not yet, in the industry, they say, until you blow. Okay, maybe they have not blown. But NFT gives them the opportunity to actually blow on a global scale. So that's one of the things we need to be expectant to see at that conference. Secondly, we also have NFT access to our after party and networking event. So what we do here is typically every time we have events, we have after party and networking. But this time around, we have to bring in some real flavor into it, and that's why we have NFT that people can mint, and they will be part of the 20 people that can have a 4-hour boat cruise from Lagos Island to Takpe Bay. Okay, and why are we doing this? Because we want to show that, look, an NFT can be an access token to some goodies for you. So you mint it and you get in the boat. You don't mint it, you don't forget about it. Okay, so we can't just scramble for NFTs that you make money out of, but you never held anyone that gave you access to any valuable thing. So NFTs that give access to real life productivity, real life experiences are the in thing for NFTs. If you have heard about the Bored Ape Yacht Club, of course, right now the price of the floor price have gone very low, but you know that it gives access to holders to the club life, and that's what we want to also show through this conference. This conference is not your everyday conference. We have game companies that are coming to show how you can use some of the tools that they have built to create your own metaverse world. I mean, people have heard about Decentraland or Sandbox. Do you know you can create your own? There are tools that are out there, and some of them will be in demo, and some of them will be physically available in exhibition booths to show you how you can use their software to build your own metaverse environment and create games that people can actually play there. So it's really going to be something that, you come in and you experience technology firsthand, and you go home happy that you are now a tech user, not just someone who backmouths it.
It feels amazing to hear that. Now, Blockchain and Future Tech Conference and Exhibition 2022 will be happening live on the 29th to the 30th of September 2022, Civic Center, Ozumba Badue, Victoria Island, Lagos, where you get to learn about most advanced technology in crypto, DeFi, Metaverse, NFTs, and Web3. This event will be streaming live here on Crypto TV Plus. Make sure you stay tuned and keep watching. Now let's go on a quick break. We still have Chiagozie Iwo in the studio. We'll be right back.
Searching for target. Target found. Hey guys, welcome into the Metaverse on Crypto TV Plus. In today's video, we're going to be taking a portal into the Robo Hero Metaverse. Let's go Robo! Robo Hero is the first play-to-earn mobile game with a metaverse built on the Terra network, where gamers can have a good virtual experience while making money. It was developed by 3 blockchain professionals with insight into trading and crypto markets.
Don't get stuck in the past. Get all the latest news and happenings on blockchain and cryptocurrency only on Crypto TV Plus.
Hello, my name is Chiki and I'm the Boy of the Bullet.
Keep watching Crypto TV Plus.
Don't touch that dial. Peace.
Hello and welcome back. This is Inside Blockchain. If you're just tuning in for the first time, make sure to follow us on all our social media platforms and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Crypto TV Plus. We're still talking about the Ethereum merge, and we have Chiagozie Iwo in the studio, talking about Power DFI. It feels amazing to hear about, the acquisition of Niger Crypto. How does it feel?
So this acquisition, right, is something that has been in the pipeline for a while. So let me give a bit of a history to this, right? When we started Niger Crypto, the key aim, right, the exchange was supposed to be an MVP, right? There was a bigger vision, there was a bigger, there was a bigger goal, right? And the initial focus was supposed to be Nigeria at that initial stage, right? So while we wanted to build exchange products, remittance products, and even derivative products, right, there was this vision that we needed to do something even more tangible with the blockchain, right? So let me put things into perspective, right? If somebody buys Bitcoin, right, first of all, 80% of cryptocurrency traders are losing, but let's leave that data out there. But if somebody buys Bitcoin for, let's say, $10,000, right, and sells it for $15,000, right, they've made $5,000 profit. Does that $5,000 profit have any real economic value? Has he added $5,000 to the gross domestic productivity of anything? The answer is no. Speculation only provides liquidity. Speculation does not drive actual financial tangibility.
Actual financial tangibility.
Exactly. So it's a situation whereby yes, we actually love the exchange part because of course apart from speculation, there's a remittance. Like I think 91% of our B2B volumes, right, is some sort of corporate remittance, which is where most of our revenues come from, by the way, right? But we wanted to do aside remittance, aside speculation, aside providing a platform for people to buy cryptocurrencies, we always wanted to do something even greater, right? Which is actually allowing proper tokenization of physical assets and creating financial utility around that, right? So we've been looking for ways. Niger Crypto, we had core revenues, right? But we were still a very small company, right? So what we wanted to achieve was a bit way beyond the resources we had, right? And so we were now looking, okay, who can we partner with, right? So sometime back, January, December last year. By the way, last year we even got another offer for acquisition, right? But it wasn't what we wanted. It wasn't the vision we were looking at. But I met Tim sometime in January, and when we talked, like it was just obvious that we had the same vision, what we wanted to do aligned, right? And he had the resources to make his vision. He just needed a team and the people with the experience on the blockchain. He has a team with experience in traditional finance, right? They've all had some level of participation in Wall Street over the years, but he needed people with experience in blockchain, right? And from what we want to do, an exchange side is also needed to what we want to do, although not the traditional exchange, but it's mostly the same infrastructure, right? So that's where we got talking. We got talking about Niger Crypto, because of course Niger Crypto is profitable, right? He got talking about Niger Crypto, and that's when we got the offer to acquire Niger Crypto, but putting Niger Crypto under the Power DeFi vision, right? So yes, Power DeFi, the platform is not yet launched. We'll probably be launching it by October, right? Either late September or early October, right? But what we're doing right now is bringing those loose areas that we need within the vision in which Niger Crypto, and what we're doing with Niger Crypto is one of them. And it even goes before, remember, it was a Nigerian vision, right? It's scaled to an African vision. Now it's a global vision, right? In fact, a lot of what we're going to be doing will be in the US and the UK, not minding we're still going to be doing some stuff here in Africa and Nigeria especially, right? So yeah, so that's what led to the acquisition. We made an offer, and most of us that were in Niger Crypto, we all have one level of participation right now with the Power DeFi team, and the focus is making Power DeFi work. That's it.
That's it. It feels amazing to hear that Nigeria-owned, crypto exchanges are moving beyond the borders of Nigeria and Africa and are scaling, globally. So what does this acquisition mean to Niger Crypto? I know you've touched a little bit about it, and its users, and what are some of your future plans in expanding beyond, the borders?
Let's assume I wasn't part of the Niger Crypto team, right? I'm just like an outsider using Niger Crypto. This would have been the best days for me, right? Because for the users, for our existing users, right? Not only would they be getting even more quality assets in addition to what they have. First of all, we're going to remove every redundancy. Then we're going to onboard more quality assets because, okay, it's tied to the Power DeFi use case, right? Which the Power DeFi use case is just fourfold, right? The first is we tokenize your physical assets, right? So we're obtaining a lot of licenses. We're trying to do a lot around this. Of course, it's not just putting on the blockchain. There is some offline verification and offline ownership authentication to do, even though in the future this will be eliminated when everything is on the blockchain. But for now, we still have to do that, right? Tokenize the physical asset, but we're not just tokenizing, right? That's the easy part, right? We go the step further, right? To use your physical assets, right, to actually unlock the equity and potential financing on that physical asset. You could use that physical assets, right, to take a loan, for instance, right? You could take a loan against that physical asset. So let's say asset is what, $20,000, right? The same with the banks, but on the blockchain. So what we're doing is that we're reducing processes that could take 6 months to 1 hour,
amazing,
or a day. You understand? So you can access loans with those with the equity behind those physical assets, and you could also stake those physical assets, right? which some assets have the characteristic, right? And these are all smart contracts being created. So you have an ERC-721. We're going to be using the Ethereum network, by the way, to launch. You have an ERC-721 contract created to show that, oh, I own this actual asset. You have another ERC-721 contract showing the lending protocol, and even the lending, like the loan disbursement, everything's going to be done via stablecoin, and it's going to show like on chain, right? The payment process is going to show on chain. Like you gotta have a wallet you're going to be paying. So if you default, there is no it's on chain.
This is big.
You understand? So it's everything is going to be on chain. It's going to be a very streamlined process, right? And you can also stake physical assets. And then the interesting part is you can also create derivatives with the function. We are building a very large environment. For now, it's going to be a code functionality, but eventually it's going to migrate to no code functionality, right? Whereby you can create derivatives against already tokenized assets, even derivatives against the lending contract or the staking contract, right? So it's and all this. Now you understand why we need an exchange infrastructure, right? So of course there is a core B2B focus, right? But there is also the B2C aspect. I've done B2C for most of my life, so I can't just ignore that overnight, right? And then the B2B2C, right? Because compared to what is existing in DeFi, I'm not bashing the existing DeFi protocols, by the way, but sincerely, as somebody that's what got me into crypto the first time, right? 2013, 2012, right? Was reading Satoshi's white paper. It was, for me, it was more political and economical than just like putting something in my pockets. It's a philosophy, right? I feel like there is a bit of there's a bit has been lost. When Ethereum was launched, I love Ethereum, right? But the thing is, Ethereum has given us the environment to do well, but a lot of abuse have entered. Most of what you see as DeFi today is just money bouncing from one stage to the other. Remember the example I gave you? Of course, if you analyze it with financial engineering techniques, it's more complicated like that. Where you see most of these things have net zero. Some of them even have a negative effect, but most have a net zero effect on any tangible economic growth. You had a situation whereby during the COVID times, when there was a COVID relief, right? A lot of people got $1,000 and above paychecks, right? And a lot of people flooded into the crypto markets. It's one of the reasons you're seeing a lot of inflation today, right? So it's a situation whereby, okay, what's the lending and borrowing going on in existing DeFi, right? That is giving those yield. It's still crypto assets that are being lended and borrowed. The crypto assets, the utility does not go beyond the utility of being like the utility token of one project or the other, right? And sometimes if you even check it, it's not, there's no real utility, right? And it's one of the reasons why Terra crashed. People think Terra is unique. Terra is not unique. There are a million Terras out there. You understand? Terra was just the unlucky one, right? Maybe because the CEO triggered it, right? But they were just the unlucky ones. There are 1,000 Terras out there. You see unsustainable yields. Even the ones that give some sort of like low yields, like market rate yields, you still see that some of the models are unsustainable. But when you lead this process whereby yields are actually backed by tangibility, it could be physical asset, it could be actual equity in companies, it could be, so, and it's not just, okay, so the loans, how will the loans be financed, for instance, right? Your bonds are going to be issued against these loans. And we're not going to some markets to go and issue bonds. We're not going to traditional markets. We're going to write up these bonds also through the Ethereum protocol. We're going to everything's going to be on the blockchain, so it's going to be seen. It's going to be immutable. It's going to be transparent, right? You're basically opening up shadow banking, right? Shadow banking is a $57 trillion industry, by the way, and it's an industry that it's not so well refined. Let me put it like that. Of course, when you get there are different elements to it, but you're bringing in transparency into what used to be a very non-transparent process. So that's what Power DeFi, and that's why in Niger Crypto we're glad. I don't think Tim, who is the CEO of Power DeFi, by the way, I don't think he needed 5 minutes to convince me. So let's acquire the company, then let's merge our resources together and get this vision done, because this has always been my dream, and this is what I want to get done. In fact, I actually feel that right now I am actually fulfilling Satoshi's vision compared to just running an exchange here.
Amazing. What feels like a dream is going to be a reality very soon. Keep tuning in. Let's go on another short break. When we come back, we'll be looking into the opportunities and what next for Ethereum Merge.
Play to Earn has given us a better way to have fun while playing games. StepIn is the first Web3 move and earn mobile game with GameFi structures like NFTs, marketplace wallets, decentralized exchange, and SocialFi. Here's a guide on how you can make your steps count on the StepIn app. Step 1. Choose a sneaker that fits your fitness level. You can only earn when you have an NFT sneaker and move outdoors with GPS.
Don't get stuck in the past. Get all the latest news and happenings on blockchain and cryptocurrency only on Crypto TV Plus.
Hello, my name is Chiki and I'm the Bull of the Bullet.
Keep watching Crypto TV Plus.
Don't touch that. Peace.
Welcome back. This is Inside Blockchain Live on Crypto TV Plus. If you're just joining us for the first time, do well to follow us on all our social media platforms and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Crypto TV Plus. Now, to wrap up, despite the success of the merge, other negative incidences can still surface. You know, before we came on, we were talking about, you know, other dramas can still unfold, you know, and protocol hack scams, you know, identity theft, and so much more. What should we expect post-merge? The biggest question is, what next? What next? What is the future of blockchain technology, you know, after the Ethereum merge? Mr. Chuta.
So if you already have Ethereum in your own wallet, I'm not talking about exchange wallet. If you have them in your own non-custodial wallets like MetaMask and so on, you can actually use those network configurations to receive your own tokens. You know, it's exciting now, but, you know, some of us who were here in 2017 when we had the Bitcoin forks, we really made some money out of really nothing, because you just held Bitcoin and they forked, you just get the equivalent, even though the price difference was much. But then, I mean, if you got $240 from Bitcoin Cash, you know, it's a lot of money, even in those days. And some people who kept it also saw the market, the bull run on it, and they also appreciate it. So these are easy things that people can do in crypto, and they actually get rewarded for holding crypto. Then coming back to talk about what next for Ethereum. Like I said, a proof of stake environment is a much more friendly environment for innovators. Okay, so yes, you may not notice the difference between the applications that are running on top of the Ethereum 2.0 proof of stake environment and the Ethereum 1.0 that was on proof of work. But the truth is that you know, there are certain innovations that will be a lot more easier to achieve on this new innovation platform. Secondly, you know, people can make money just staking Ethereum. Of course, I have already explained that staking is different from, you know, running a node. A node helps you to maintain your own record of the blockchain transactions. So in that case, you're not competing for transaction confirmation. But if you have some Ethereum and you want to make money, I think you can do that, because you simply stake it, and if you can't stake it directly, you can stake it in pools and make money from the pool transaction fees that will come to everyone that is in that pool. So there are a whole lot of things that are out there that people will be able to engage in as the time goes on. Nobody can tell exactly, because this technology, and it's not yet there. It's a work in progress, and I look forward to what we are going to be finding out in the coming few years. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure having you here. Mr. Chiagozie, what else do you have to add to, you know, the question of what next, you know, after the Ethereum merge?
Okay, nothing much. Mr. Tutor has said most of it. But I just want to say, for the Ethereum network, right, There are 1,000 crypto projects out there, right? But only very few actually remain consistent to its vision. And Ethereum has, I think they're number one when it comes to that, right? Some delays might happen, some things might happen, but they remain consistent, right? So if you look at the Ethereum vision from back when it was outlined in 2015, I remember having a debate, right, about Ethereum scalability back in 2015 with someone, right? When you look at the vision in 2015, you find out that, okay, we are actually on track. The solutions that say that they'll bring you up to solve scalability, we are actually on track, right? And the proof of stake protocol, first of all, this is a very big one to conservationists, right? And energy, trying to protect the environment, saving energy. This is a very big one, right? While I think Vitalik said, I don't know where the data was gotten from, but I think you can trust the data to some extent, that 0.2%. Here, like 0.2% of world energy was actually being used to mine. Like when you take 0. That's a very significant amount, right? So we are going to see a lot of protocols wanting to do the same. Now, Ethereum, the big boy, has said, okay, no, this whole proof of work stuff is not so sustainable like that, and proof of stake. So we're going to have more projects, right, that are going to want to toe in that same line, right? And even before Ethereum, a lot of proof of stake, a lot of what some people call Ethereum pretenders have been going with the proof of stake pattern, and so Ethereum has now taken it. That was one advantage they had. And while you won't see things like transaction free go now because it's just a consensus change, but the stage is set for a network capacity increase, right? So it's not just, of course, the layer 2s are taking it over from here, right? But it's not, at a point, it's not just going to be the layer 2s anymore, right? The Ethereum network is going to have actually more capacity than it does today. And people will say, oh no, Visa processes 1 million transactions per second. We say Ethereum processes 1 billion transactions per second. That day is going to come. So yeah, the future is bright, by the way.
Amazing. And the future is bright, and we're still in the early days of the post-merge. We can't wait for what is going to unfold. You know, the dramas, you know, everything. We'll be bringing it directly from Crypto TV Plus. So make sure you tune in for our news updates. Make sure you tune in into Inside Blockchains. It's a pleasure having you, Mr. Chuta. You know, on today's episode, I had an amazing time talking to you, and we can't wait for Blockchain Future Tech Conference and exhibition. And Mr. Chigozie is an amazing time. We had an amazing time with you. And thank you.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Amazing. Thank you. And that will be all on today's program. You can get more market updates and all the happenings captured within the world of blockchain and cryptocurrency on our website, cryptotvplus.com. Follow us on all our social media platforms at Crypto TV Plus to get daily info on our programs. Thank you for staying with us. I am Faith Ekwari. I had Mr. Chuta Chimeze and Mr. Chiagozie Iwo. I'll see you next week.